There's now one floor that's any safer than the other.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
You ever heard of, you ever see the movie Candyman
yes,
with Richard Todd?
yes.
He came here, he walked up the stairs here, turned around and ran right back out. I went on and talked to him. I said, "Is there something wrong?" Or somebody says, "I got a reservation here, but I can't stay here." He said he was walking up the stairs and he was getting like this where he couldn't breathe. He said, "Whatever you got here, this place is haunted." Hey, you know, he said you couldn't stay here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I did feel something on the fourth floor.
Yeah, fourth floor is very active. So is the 12 North, the 8th floor North. We had just this weekend, we had a couple that came from, what was it? Wisconsin Dells that was going to stay here 4 days.
Oh, okay.
And yes, sir.
I got a delivery, 2023.
You got to call them, tell them to come down. And they came here. They were supposed to stay here till Wednesday. They took off the same day they came.
Wow.
They went out to dinner and they came in, and the husband opened up the washroom door, and there was a hand on the glass. He called his wife, he took a picture, and then his wife said they're standing there and they had a voice saying, "Get out now."
Wow.
She grabbed all her stuff and her husband said, "That's nothing, you should get the hell out of here." The sound said to get the hell out of here, we're getting the hell out of here.
I know that's right.
And they left. They drove all the way back to Wisconsin Dells.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the staff experiences like activity like on the regular or?
Yeah, I seen the little boy twice.
Wow.
It was a 28 or 30. It was a wealthy family getting a divorce. Well, the husband was looking for her because she'd had the kids. And when he came here, she wasn't here, but she was here. But she signed under a different name.
Okay.
So when he went to another hotel looking, I said, by the time he got to the third hotel, he came back in the car and they said there was a suicide here. So he came back here and he talked to an officer, and the officer said, yeah, it was a woman with 2 children. And he said, you don't mind if I can go identify them? I'm looking for them. So they took him back. He identified the 2 boys and his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I seen the little boy twice, but the story is, the little boy, when they put him in the car, and when they put him in the truck, and they took him to county morgue, he never arrived there. Yes, sir. Okay.
David and Edward. The room A485 is open.
Okay.
I don't know why. We don't.
580?
Nothing. Be careful.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So, when they took her to county morgue, the oldest boy was there and the wife, but the youngest one was not in the fight. They take us, if you go to Harold Washington Library, they got all the articles. It was 6 months, they made investigation and everything. They said they put the bodies in the truck, they locked up the back and everything. Where the body is at, they don't know. After 6 months, they left it on. They couldn't figure out what happened, so they left it open.
Wow.
Yeah, the little boy is the one who roams around this hotel. He's been seen numerous times, and if you see him, you'll never forget it. You know, like people say, well, I want to see a ghost. I'm telling you from when I seen it, you know, what I thought a ghost would be like. It's not the same, man. It just shakes you all up, and I mean, you really don't know what the hell to do. You know, what I thought it would be when I see a ghost, it's totally different. It's hard to describe because the feeling is not what I thought it would be. You know, and it scared the hell out of me. You know, he was standing there in the corner on a 12th floor, and I said, There's no windows or nothing. I'm walking. I said, "Can I help you?" And he was kind of dressed funny with knickerbockers and all that. And I go, "What the hell?" I said, "Where the hell does this guy come from?" So I say, I raised my voice in there, and he slowly turned around. When he turned around, he was pale white. I mean, pure white and dark underneath his eyes. When he opened and looked into his eyes, man, I just got, it told me to get the hell out of there,
Wow.
you know. And like I told the psychic group, and that's a guy I deal with, I said, you know what I thought about how a spirit, when I see him, would be, you know, it's totally different. I mean, the feeling that you get, it's hard to describe. And I told the psychic guy, I said, well, there's a lot of people want to see ghosts. He said, you tell them no, you don't want to see a ghost. The reason you don't want to see a ghost, because you might take it differently, and I take it differently. And, you know, some of the people that seen ghosts here, they say they still see things when they're at home. I get calls from them and everything. I said, don't worry, they ain't gonna do nothing, you know. But the reaction to it, it's totally different. Some people are scared to death. Other people take it mildly. Some people take it well. So that's why the psychic said, you know, these idiots that want to look for ghosts and want to see ghosts, tell them, yeah. And I tell them from my experience, it's hard to describe how I felt, but what I thought I would, you know, when I see it, would feel, threw it out right out the window. You know, you get that creepy feeling, and you get there, and you feel like, you know, when he's staring at you, you feel like is it going to come, or what's going to happen? You never have it to feel. Now, when I talk about the boy, I picture him when I see him, you know. And I heard some of the psychics that came there, he said they can attach to you and come with you wherever you go.
Wow.
And the one I deal with, he says, yeah, it will come. But before he comes with you or whatever, he checks you all out. Make sure that he doesn't get no damage or, you know, or anything like that. And then he attach you and you come. If he attach you, he feels comfortable with you.
Oh, okay.
You know, it doesn't mean that it's gonna hurt you. Because I told him I was sitting at home, I had soft music on a Sunday night, and I'm sitting in a recliner, and I'm reading my book, and all of a sudden, I look here, and the little boy's standing right there. I jumped up, man, I turned on all the lights, checked everything, and couldn't find him. I called my friend at the psychic Rick. He said, what was he doing? I said, he was standing right next to me. I said, I thought you said they don't attach. He must be not afraid to come with you, you know? But it's a weird feeling,
Wow.
you know? And that, you know, but there's a lot of activity here. There's a lot, you ever heard of Baryshnikov?
Yes.
Yeah, he stayed here. He seen something in his room. He came out with his robe and ran right out, got in the cab and took off.
Oh, wow.
His group performs at the Auditorium Theater, and but he doesn't come here. They stay here, but he doesn't.
Wow.
You know. So there's a lot of activity. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Do you know here where is the parking?
Behind the hotel, costs you $54.
Thank you.
If you want to park on the street, you can park for nothing till 8 o'clock, but then